Hi. So, I definitely think that the genre that we are studying this week, reading as other, is definitely an interesting one. I don't think of it as a typical genre for literature, and I definitely don't think of it that often just because of the fact that when I was in school, I didn't really notice much of a divide in reading between boys and girls. And I think that that has to do with the fact that I took a lot of honors classes, especially in high school, and it seemed that the boys in my class were very knowledgeable about the books that we were reading, and they were interested in what we were talking about. I definitely noticed more of a divide between myself and my brother, especially growing up, because at night my mom would always read to me. Every night we'd have to have a book, and that was one of the only ways that I would be able to fall asleep was if I was read to. And I just loved it. I would spend hours at a time reading, writing stories, coming up with my own characters, and just having so much fun with it. And then on the other hand, my little brother, he hated reading. He would cry every single time my mom would try to read to him. He would grab the book and throw it across the room. He just didn't grasp onto it like I did. He was more so into video games and movies and Legos and all those things that boys want to get their hands on. Very much a hands-on learner. He couldn't sit down and just read a book and be interested in a story for a time. So I definitely saw that a lot in my family. And I find it interesting because I found a book that is definitely more written towards boys. It's called Dragon Slayers Academy. And this one is the first in the series. It's called The New Kid at School, and it's written by Kate McMullen. And I have to say that I love this series. I first picked it up at my elementary school, actually, when I was in the 3rd grade. I just was looking for something different, something new, and this was just a funny book. It's all about this kid named Wiglaf, and he is one of the older kids in a family of 13 boys. And his brothers are bigger and stockier and different from him. And he is more gentle. But he wants to prove to his parents and to his siblings that he is not someone that they can just look past, that he's got a lot more potential than they give him credit for. And so he decides to enroll in the Dragon Slayers Academy, where it is a school for all boys, and they learn how to fight dragons and how to defend themselves against them and how to steal the dragon's gold and how to come back as heroes and just gain that honor for their town, for their school, for their family. And it's a very interesting book. It's full of a lot of humor, adventure, not quite a typical hero, but I think that boys, especially boys in elementary school, will really grasp onto it. And if girls are more looking into, knights and dragons and that kind of thing, then I'm sure they would be interested in reading this as well. But I definitely recommend this book. I think that everyone should give it a read when they have the chance.